Alright, so today we're still working on the 2007 Chevrolet 3500 Classic, and I've done the left side, the driver's side, the hub, the upper ball joint, and so now what I'm going to do is go to the right side and just take care of all of it at once. It's the way I would recommend doing it. That way you have the parts off and it's not, you know, this take the tire off, put it back on, all this back and forth. Got the Timken hub, and I ordered that. I'll leave the link below. It's a pretty nice set hub. And let's see, I've got the Acdelco upper ball joint, and I've got the stabilizer bushings, and the last part I will be doing is the stabilizer bar hardware kit. The bushings, they're still there, but seem like they have quite a bit of wear on them. You know, 140,000 miles, 11 years old. That's all in this playlist for the 2007 Chevrolet 3500. So if you're interested, or you're looking at, been trying to figure out the problem with this rattling. Still haven't got there, even with the ball joints. So I'm just going to keep building this series up until we find the problem, and then we'll have a big celebration probably. Just kidding. Alright, so let's go get to it. In order to get the tire off, I have to lift the A-arm assembly up. But now what I'm going to do is lower the A-arm assembly down and let the frame rest on my jack stands. And so that way the A-arm will be a lot lower, and it's going to relieve some of this shock tension. And the best way that I've found to remove this is you take an extension. They've left us holes here, and you take that, it's 13/16, and then you can put that socket on there, stick your extension through, and then when you get ready to remove them, you just pull that extension out and you remove your socket. So that's the best way I've found. Don't get too aggressive with this. It's there's two tabs on here, that I would use. It's going to be thicker material here, less likely to bend. You're probably not going to bend it, but I'm just tapping it. This is a good time to go ahead and remove the brake line bracket, because you'll need that removed later. So go ahead and take that off, 10 millimeter. Okay, so we need to also, part of the hub assembly, we're going to be removing this line. If I recall correctly, the new assembly comes with these little clamps. So just go ahead and get this disconnected. There's a clamp here, and there's one up here behind the shock bracket. So if you take a flathead screwdriver, you can generally pry that out fairly well. And I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the line. Okay, so got to pry that off. Go ahead and use your 10 millimeter to take this out. Take the brake line little bracket out. Move the whole assembly. There's two bolts on the back side, 13/16 on the top one. If you turn your wheel all the way to the inside, it gives you a lot more room, and you can work out here in this area instead of back behind the top A-arm. So you can see here I've got my breaker bar on here. I don't remember
how hard it was. Pretty stout. Now maybe I can get it with impact. Well, there we go. Got the first one out. Oh, thank you very much. Now, with this, see, now this is why you take this loose. Now we can go over here and set it all the way on the ground. Okay, rotor's off, and boy is that a heavy one. You hear that? So that means the bearings, this hub is going out. Alright, let's go ahead and get some creep oil here on our threads on all four. And they're 15 millimeter. Looks like I'll be able to get the impact on one, maybe two. Oh yeah. Sure beats doing it by hand. Need a breaker bar on these. Okay, 24-inch breaker bar. A little bit easier. Okay, one thing that you need to keep in mind is the orientation of this plate, because you'll have to put that back on. And there's an O-ring in here. Okay, so now I need to clean this area up, clean this O-ring up. I'm going to use paper towel and some of my Kroll. Okay, got our brand new hub assembly, and let's see if we can get this put in place. That's got to go behind there, like so. Okay. Let's get us a bolt started. Oh, and on this particular hub, don't try to put the factory cover back on. They have sealed bearings on the back side, and if you hammer that cover on, you're going to damage that seal. Alright, so these 4 bolts are 133 foot-pounds. Pretty close. Let's pick our calipers up over here and roll it in place. There we go. Okay, we can get a bolt in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hook this one up here. It was 106 inch-pounds, I believe. And the other one, these are both 10 millimeter. And I'm going to get you the right torque right here. There we go. And install the speed sensor. Install the little clip there. Got our wire up here that clips in place, And I'm going to clip it first. Make sure I get good connection there, and then find the hole and press it down in the hole. And then there's one right on the back side. Alright. The manual I use is alldata.diy.com. I'll put that in the description below. And it's a good manual. There's a lot of information in there. The problem that I have is it's not very user friendly. Okay, so for instance, you got to search everywhere to find torque specs. For instance, I'm trying to find the torque specs for this these bolts here on this caliper. Well, I can't find them. I haven't been able to find them, and I'm tired of looking, and I'm ready to get the job done. So I'm torquing these bolts to 130 foot-pounds, 133, and I'm going to call it right there. And the fact of the matter is, that's doggone tight. So if you have a single wheel, you're done. All you need to do is grease your joint. But if you have a dual wheel, you got a lot extra work here. Tighten sequence like you would tighten your tire. Alright, now all we gotta do is jack it back up and put the tire on. Okay, that's it for this video. That was the ball joint and the hub assembly. I'll leave a link in the description below for those parts if you're interested, and some of the tools that I used. So thanks for joining me. I will have those other videos on the stabilizer link hardware kit, so stay tuned for that if you're interested. And also the stabilizer bar bushings, I'll have that installed also. So thanks for watching. If you like this, if it helped you, go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate it. And give me a like. It does help this channel. So we'll see you next time.